forget it. I had the papers. I'm supposed to get this colonel. I didn't know a colonel from a uncle or who. So I go in, nobody's there. So I sit in his fucking desk, right? That was the only chair in the goddamn office. So he come in. He said, "What the hell are you doing sitting in my chair?" I said, "I'm resting my ass. That's what I'm doing." I said, "There's nobody here." I said, "Are you the guy?" So he looks at me and he says, "Let me give you some pointers." He said, "Number one, you don't sit in the colonel's desk." And I said, "Yeah, okay, I won't sit in the colonel's desk." He said, "That's not the way I meant it. You're supposed to show some respect. You don't see colonels every day." And I said, "Well, that could be good or bad, right?" So he was probably wise and knows this is a fucking idiot, and he made a lot of allowances. He says, "Well, why did you want to see me?" I said, "I want to go to Fort Sheridan now." He said, "What's the rush?" I said, "I want to get in before it's over." "Before what's over?" He said, "There'll always be an army. What's the rush?" I said, "I want to get into battle." He just looked at me and shook his head. He said, "You want to get into a battle, huh?" I said, "Yeah, it's going to be over soon." I said, "I don't want to miss it." He said, "Well," he said, "that's a nice attitude, but," he said, "you're not prepared." He said, "You got to go through a whole rigorous training." So I called home, told him that I was accepted. I won't be back home. I said, "I'm going in right now." They were shocked, of course, but not too shocked because they knew I was half nuts and did crazy things. So I left right then. So I walk in, I look around, and there's all these kids, some of them weeping, crying. First time they've been, out or away from home. So I said, "Holy fuck. I'm going to go in service with these fucking crybabies." I said, "They'll get me killed."
Yeah, they will.
So they had a big base there. They had a whole bunch of German prisoners that were right there at Fort Sheridan. I'd go by, and they'd be laughing when they saw new recruits, right? These are the real fucking German son of bitches that they were fought down in Africa and captured them and brought them back to the States. Well, I could speak a little German. So when we were walking past, we had our new uniforms in it, and we looked like shit. Nothing fit. Sad sack, And the fucking guys are holding their stomachs laughing. This is what's gonna fucking fight us. The one guy, he could speak English pretty good. And I told him, I said, "Where were you captured?" And he said, "Africa." I said, "Oh, you were one of the first. One of the real elite. You've been training since in the 30s. I said, "Isn't that true?" He said, "Yes." He said, "We trained a long time." I said, "And you failed." So I said, "All that training didn't mean shit, did it?" He said, "It's not that simple." I told him, I said, I got, my ass is German. My grandma came from Frankfurt. Yeah, her husband died early. Left a mess of kids and her. Because when I was 5, my mother took me away from there. And she was not too fond of the James girls. Oprah, Lucille, Alberta. I think they talked down about Catholics, I think. They were devout Lutherans, but they never went to church. They never did nothing. It was just a name.